Morning everybody, today is pudding day. Now this is a Weight Watchers recipe, so don't forget, half the calories, you can eat twice as much. Hey, we're going to do a quick little fruit crumble. Very simple to do this, not the standard recipe, so let's just see how we get on. Right, what do we need? We're also going to need some measured ingredients, so we've got our little weight thingy here. Let's have a look. So what do we need? One mixing bowl. Now we're going to use a bit of flour, of course. I always sieve my flour, I don't know about you. Don't forget to set the scales once you've got the sieve on. And we're also going to, we don't need it, we're going to use a food processor as well, just to pulse things together. And we're not slicing anything, it's just a standard little, what do we call it? Stirrer, basically. Yeah, although, yeah, won't say any more about that. If you don't have that, you can just mix it together in your hands, but this is just not so much a lazy way, just a cleaner way to mix everything together. Alright, let's have a look at the ingredients we need. So, some plain white flour, caster sugar, vanilla extract, some low-fat spread, margarine, Scott's porridge oats. Oh, you see we're going to cheat on this one. Now the recipe calls for demerara sugar, but I use this light muscovado. Any light brown sugar is fine. So it doesn't have quite the texture of a crumble, just the fine breadcrumbs, but we have got other things to go in yet. Next we're going to use 75 grams of porridge oats. It's going to give it that nice crunchiness. That's the porridge oats in, and 25 grams of the brown sugar. That's the brown sugar in. Now I'm just going to pulse that in. So that brown sugar has been sat around a while in that bag and it's starting to get a bit hard. So I just need to go and just break it up gently with my finger and thumb. I don't want lumps of sugar. You can see now I've got far better texture there. Hopefully you can see that. Obviously it's all in the baking. Right, next is to prepare our filling. In this case I'm going to use pears. Nice green pears, there you go, rock hard from the supermarkets. But these we've had for a few days, so it should be alright. So 600 grams of pears. So that's about 4 pears. 600 grams. So these lovely little pears, we need to peel them, core them and chop them. I've got my trusty little knife, my little peeler. And something to catch my peel. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's the same the whole world over. Ain't it all a crying shame? It's the rich what gets the pleasure. It's the poor what gets the blame. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. You could probably go and read a book or something while I'm doing this. Da, 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 da. Mind you, for those of you who haven't peeled and cored a pear before, you might find it interesting. Let me do one, and then you can crack on and do something else. Well, I use the magic of film. One peeled pear. So, I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm going to chop this anyway. Cut it again. And cut it again. Just nipping off the top. So, for coring, all I want to do is just get rid of the hard bits. It's just like coring an apple, so you can see it's always cut from both ways. There's a hard little bit that goes all the way up. So that's the bit I'm cutting out. That's the bit I'm cutting out. All the hard bit. Can you see that? Yeah. I'll do that with the next one. This is not a professional cutting technique, this is just my technique. It works for me. You can feel the hard bits that you want to cut out. And we're talking very hard there. Okay, and then we just chop them nice and small. Get them all roughly the same size so that they all cook down at the same time. Right, I'm going to do the other three while you have a rest. When we come back, we'll stick it all in the pan with a bit of sugar, caster sugar, probably a splash of water, we'll check later, and then just melt it down. You'll see. And there we are, pears all chopped. Right, we need to get those into a pan. Who's taken my good pan? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We're going to have to use a ridiculously sized big pan because I've got stocks and things in all my other little pans in the fridge. So, here we go, pears into the pan. All nicely chopped. We need to add our caster sugar. 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. A splash of water for that. Pears are going to be very juicy, so obviously we don't want to put too much water in it, is it? Just a splash. Splash! There you go. Tiny bit of water. That's our pears, sugar, splash of water. Going to put that on a low heat until they soften. And when that's done, we just add 1 teaspoonful of the vanilla extract. Just 1 teaspoonful, it's very strong. So we'll come back when that's all soft. It's like a finger puppet show. Actually, one thing I should do, I'm going to take the lid off because I want the juice to evaporate as well. Well, not so much the juice, but the splash of water. I want that splash of water evaporating. I'll turn it up a little bit. And while that's cooking, we can tidy up. Everything goes away. If you don't tidy up as you go along, you know what happens? All the non-cooks come into your kitchen and go, oh, you're messy, aren't you? They don't appreciate all the hard work that goes into this. You know, having to put ingredients into a bowl and switch it on and peel things. Yeah, don't see them coming in here to peel stuff. Oh, no. They like to eat it, don't they? Remember the story of the little red hen? Yeah. Nobody wanted to help her until the bread was cooked. Then they all wanted a slice of it. Well, this is for people on a diet, you and me. They can go and cook their own omelettes. Oh yes, and remember what they say, you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs, and you can't bake without getting flour all over the kitchen. It's just what it is. It is what it is. Once the pears are nice and soft, we need to put them into like a 1.5 litre bowl, according to the recipe. I use a nice little dish like this that's great for going into the oven. I have got a much bigger one, but I'm on a diet. Can't have too big a pie. What I'll make here is probably going to be good enough for, I don't know, 4 or 5 servings. Yeah, I'll have 1 and I'll have 4. Shh. So we've got that all nice and ready there. This is going to take quite a while to soften down. Yeah, just leave them to get on with that. So you can see there, it's just bubbling away, a tiny bit of water. Now while they're cooking, they may actually dry out all the water before the pears are actually soft. So just simply add a little splash of water. You don't want to drown them, but you just want to make sure that they don't burn and stick to the pan. Well, that's taken quite a while, but now already there's still quite a bit of water in there because I've had to add a couple of splashes. So I'm going to use a slotted spoon to put that into my oven dish. I'll take it off the heat. I'm going to add 1 teaspoonful of the vanilla extract. So mix that in. It's a little gentle stir around. Get my slotted spoon. Smooth it out in there. So I just want to make sure it's not too liquidy because I don't want my crumble just to get all soaked and fall down into it. Take my crumble mix. Make sure there are no lumps in it. I'm just going to spread that evenly across the pears. Just smooth that out so it's all nice and even. So make sure it all cooks evenly. And is all ready to go into the oven. Little shake. Middle of the oven, 45 minutes, 190, till it's nice and golden and crispy and brown on top. So what I'm going to do is just grab my little timer, set it for 45 minutes, which is probably about one episode of Breaking Bad. Right, back in 45 minutes. Now, one thing I actually really like with the crumble is a nice hot custard. You have hot custard, cold custard. So, how to make the custard? Very, very easy. Go to the shops and buy some. Ambrosia light Devon custard. Very nice, and it's light as well. So it must be good. So we have lots of that. 45 minutes is up. Let's have a look. Oh, looks nice. It's a bit pale. We've just finished that off with a little bit of fire. Now, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Who's taken my bloody thing? Alright, where's my screwdriver? Where's my thing? Oi! Where's my little flamethrower? Just to colour it up, because it's already cooked. That should do it. And now we just have to wait for dinner time. I could just pop it back in hot oven for a few minutes just to heat it up. Oh, it's going to be lovely. Okay, keep watching for more menus. Oh, and by the way, if anybody else wants to stick some films on of their recipes, that would be great. And you can just call it a different series number. So I'm doing series 1, so maybe you want to choose and do series 2. Entirely up to you. Ta-ra for now.